Welcome to our our first exclusive content video for the YouTube channel. This is called The Morning After Chill, where we play a casual video game and we discuss things. So The Morning After Chill is a fun pun because we just did a stream last night. We're preferably going to be doing these after streams each time, so that the pun still makes sense.
Yeah.
It'd be awkward if it didn't.
Yeah, it would be awkward.
Yeah, this week we're just kind of trying to ease ourselves into it, so we're going to talk briefly and casually about sort of the streaming process. We're still very new to it, but we kind of have a small understanding of where we're going with it now, which is kind of fun.
With each video we do, we get better and better.
Yeah, we're definitely sort of building up our confidence and sort of acknowledging it's a lot more difficult than we thought it was at first. You don't have any houses, dude?
Yeah, I'm getting some.
Okay.
Yeah. There's yes.
So, yeah, I've just got some really basic props here, and I'll just talk, and we'll have a back and forth thing. This first episode's probably going to be a bit awkward as we sort of work out the dynamics, but
We'll get there.
well, yeah, we'll get there. Hope you enjoy it.
Just be patient.
Yeah, bear with us. It should be worth it in the end. So, the first thing I sort of acknowledged very quickly was that there is a really big difference between just playing a game and playing a game as content.
Yeah.
So we've only done Call of Duty streams at the moment. I'm pretty terrible at that game.
I'm getting better.
All around.
Last night's stream.
I'm okay at the moment. Like, I'm feeling confident with how I did last night. That was fun. But as a general rule, I don't typically make a show out of playing video games. And that's exactly what streaming is and what I guess content creation is. Yeah, at least in this genre. You know, of course, if you're just doing like an audio podcast, you won't see the video game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very stark contrast because you have to very quickly acknowledge that you aren't just playing a game for yourself. You're
Playing it for other people.
yeah. I mean, people are watching you enjoy yourself, yes, but also they're watching you for the purpose of being entertained themselves. And so we were like, at least I was. I don't know if I can speak for you. I'll get your opinion in a second. But I approached it at first like, yeah, I will just be like over the top and exaggerate everything because loud is funny. It's not always, obviously.
You can definitely screw around with the sound instruments.
Can definitely mess up some recordings. But I approached it with the idea of like, if I can just sort of embrace the fact that I need to be a bit of a character, like I should be okay. And then in our first week, I was just talking the whole time, didn't know when to shut up. I'm pretty similar still. Hopefully I'll get to the point where I know what moderation is.
It's a learning curve.
But yeah, exactly. It's a learning curve. Can you evolve?
Oh, you can. I'm getting close. Yeah. Build some farms. Lay down the resources.
But yeah, it's a learning curve, absolutely, because I jumped in very gung-ho and was kind of like, this will be easy. I like entertainment. Entertaining people is friggin', it's easy. It's what I do.
Yeah.
I can do it, 100%. And then I realized I had to be a character while not being a clown, and I had to be entertaining rather than just playing a video game selfishly, if that makes sense.
So I find for me it's quite the opposite.
Yeah.
It's harder for me to jump out of the page and not focus. I'm really competitive, you know.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I get that.
Which is good. I think it actually is like a cool contrast between the two of us.
Yeah.
But it definitely, I don't think it takes away from anything.
No.
But it definitely makes the...
It's important to have one person telling what's going on.
Exactly. I think it makes the dynamic between us a bit stronger, actually. I think that is where the entertainment comes in. If I were doing this solo or you were doing it solo, we'd only get half of that.
Yeah.
And like, yes, I firmly believe you and I could do content solo, and there will be solo content from both of us on this channel.
There will be.
But with something like a stream, where you need to be engaging your audience live, and sort of meeting their requests live, like last night.
It's important to have two people.
Exactly. Last night I spent like 20 minutes just saying, oh hey, what do you want to see from us? And yeah, genuinely, having you there was like, oh wow, thank goodness he's here, because this would just be awkward and difficult to do if he wasn't.
Yeah. You're tripping over yourself.
Exactly. You forget about the gameplay altogether, or you forget about the chat. I had 2 solid games last night, and I very...
Once you get into it, it's good that there's someone else there.
Yeah, exactly. I very openly acknowledge that when I was alone during those moments, I was sort of subtracting from the content to, again, feed into the gameplay. I was like, this is me playing a game for fun rather than playing it as entertainment. And so every time I catch myself doing that, I was like, oh, damn it, I need to be loud again, and I need to acknowledge the fact that there are other people here. It's surprisingly difficult, but
not easy.
But it's actually, I think, something that won't be, like, I want to say very hard, but I don't think it'd be too hard if we...
Something that comes with practice.
Commit to it. Yeah, if we practice and devote our time to it and actually sort of, I don't want to say master the craft, but like, if we can kind of ease ourselves into the idea of this is a new form of entertainment, something that we're very not used to.
Passionate to learn about.
But passionate to learn about, exactly. If we approach it with an open mind and then go, I'm committed to this, I'm happy to do it, putting time into it can make other people happy. I think if you see it as that form of entertainment and almost like a self-sacrifice kind of thing, and you're willing to put the time and the hours into it and the genuine work, because it actually is surprisingly taxing. You watch people play video games. This is, sorry, a sidetrack. But you watch people play video games and you're like, oh, that's easy. They're just enjoying themselves. But then you watch people stream, and it's like, this guy is an entertainer, he's a moderator.
It's a million to one different things
He's
at once.
managing a bunch of other people who are managing his channels. It's crazy, because there's a lot more work that goes into it than you think. And we've only done 2 streams, and each time after the stream I'm like, wow, I'm on such a high, my god, I'm so exhausted.
Oh yeah.
And you feel it. Like, you feel it really, really hard after you're done.
You do.
And that, again, I'm not ragging on it or anything. I love it. It's really enjoyable, and I hope this is my future for however long this goes. But you notice when you are done and you sit down and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we just did that. Wow, everything is overwhelming right now, and I'm like riding such a high, but I can just tell I'm going to crash later. It's happened 2 weeks in a row now. So with that first stream, it was like, awesome, I feel so exhilarated. And then the morning after, I was like, whoa, I feel so deflated.
So that happened?
And the same thing happened again last night and today. I woke up and I was like, whoa, I came off such a massive high that I've just like, I've forgotten what regular feels like. Yeah. And so now I'm sort of easing myself back into the eventuality of sort of being normal again.
Yeah, normality of it all.
Yeah.
The daily grind every this weekend.
Exactly, as we get towards the end of the week coming up, when we do our weekly stream, I'm going to have to start psyching myself back up again and be like, oh, I got to prep and be ready and like be mentally aware.
The hype returns.
It's true. It's sort of like an overplayed trope at this point, but genuinely, if you don't hype yourself up, like, you really will not get into it.
Oh yeah, 110%.
Even before we started last night, I was like, oh, I feel kind of sick, I feel kind of nervous, I definitely didn't feel as good as I did the week before. And then I started playing, and there were people interacting, and I was like, this is encouraging. It felt great. It was nice to have that sort of interaction, the go-between.
Oh yeah, between
the audience,
the gaming and the audience. Yeah,
it's great, and it's really encouraging. So I'm very appreciative, yeah, and happy to know that even if I'm not necessarily feeling 100% before we start, there's a typically positive reaction. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, no, me too, man.
It's really, really nice.
It takes time, but you know.
Exactly. When you think of entertainment in the visual media format,
yeah.
What's your sort of go-to? Do you enjoy like high energy, sort of in your face comedy, or do you like someone who's willing to sit back and let the things on the screen do the talking?
Oh, for me personally, I like watching things like Seppies. He's a YouTube streamer that does Rainbow Six based content.
Mm-hmm.
I like that sort of thing because as you're getting into the game, there's a whole lot of gamer chat. He's got some friends in there, and they can all make jokes, and then they all come together and they work together as a team. and they all know what's going on. You know, it's a very controlled, tight kind of setting.
They're all sort of aware of the purpose of the...
and I like that. And, you know, they can still throw around a few jokes, but, you know...
Ultimately, it is for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. And as we progress, I think we talked about this last night in the stream.
It's really engaging.
Exactly, yeah. Last night, I was like, oh, I'd love to do some squad stuff with a couple of people I know.
Yeah.
And I think that is going to be in the works pretty soon, hopefully.
Yep.
By the time this goes up, I'll almost have certainly discussed it with some people. But yeah, I personally am sort of open to everything. I like a lot of just like background noise when I'm sort of zoning out from the real world, I guess.
Yeah.
I enjoy that a lot. So when there's things like easy viewing TV, I'm just like, cool, this is on. I will read something on my phone for the next hour while this is on, and it's just nice having that comfort noise.
Yeah.
But when I seek out entertainment, you know, something like a stream where I actually have to search for it to be readily available to me,
yeah,
I like to sort of be engaged. I like to know that the person who is making this content is making it for me, for the audience.
Yeah, 110%.
And I'm not saying, you know, I'm not like trying to link it back to us. I'm not saying, oh yeah, we can do that and we will be awesome at that straight away. But the hope is eventually we'll get there.
It just comes out of a personal preference.
Exactly. I think hopefully we will get to the point where if we keep at this long enough, we'll learn to be not just like semi-talented video game players, but also decent hosts.
Yeah.
That's sort of my hope.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and me both.
Awesome. So that's my first little point. Yeah, playing games in a casual setting and playing games as an entertainer, if I can even use that word, very, very different.
Once again, two very different things.
Incredibly contrasting experiences there.
Yep.
But yeah, it's both are enjoyable. I like the idea of almost feeling like I'm on a stage when I'm in front of the camera.
Yeah.
You notice I'll pick up my energy a lot more, and I'll try and keep, if not a conversation, some sort of noise going on.
I enjoy once you get to the point where it all sort of melds into it.
Yeah.
You know,
it becomes its own entity.
Forget about the camera.
It's good. It's good. Like last night, towards the end of the stream, I think this will probably be a pretty common thing as well. Towards the end of our streams, both times now, it's sort of been like, yeah, I'm real nervous and I'm sweating through every orifice in my body. I don't know how I can do this and be entertaining. And then it gets to the point where, you know, we've got 20 new messages popping up in the chat over a period of 5 minutes. And it's like, wow, people care about this. That's so encouraging. I really enjoy that. And it sort of helps me acknowledge the fact that we're actually doing this.
Yeah.
It's not just something we're talking about. It's something we're acting upon.
It's something that's happening.
We're enjoying ourselves while the case seems to be we are entertaining people.
Yeah.
Which is all I really want out of this, you know. If we can provide some sort of entertainment, perfect.
If it's something that, you know, if other people get a kick out of it and we get to play some games in the process,
exactly.
I mean, why not?
We're interacting with friends, with family, in some instances.
I'd like to see our channel as a sort of channel that's really relatable. Just to like the everyday gamer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's not.
We're not pros.
Yeah.
We'll never pretend to be pros.
I don't ever want to sort of try and hold ourselves above any other form of entertainment or any entity.
I enjoy playing games. I don't want to
exactly. I like video games.
I don't want to end up hating them. You know?
That's why I do. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, playing it as entertainment is rewarding and fulfilling in its own way, but absolutely 100% a very different experience.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of being entertaining, it's surprisingly difficult when you have to sort of divide your attention and your commitment 2 ways, or 3 ways, it depends, because you've got your chat, you have your co-host, and then you have the game, and you have to interact with all 3 to make it entertaining.
Yeah.
When I play games by myself, I will typically put some commentary on it. that I do myself.
You're multitasking.
Exactly.
The ladies know what we're talking about. Us fellas, we got no idea.
But like, I will talk to myself and commentate a match if I'm playing a sports game, or I will, I don't know, psych myself up if I'm playing a shooter.
Yeah.
But then you have to do that for an audience, and you know there are people watching you, and you go, oh, crap, if I freeze up right now, this isn't going to look good. And then you freeze up because you psych yourself out, and you go, this doesn't look good, and you start
this is
sweating
awkward.
and,
Yep.
it's very difficult. I don't want to say forcing, but I'm practically forcing myself to go, all right, I need to do this, this, and this in this order for it to be funny. And then I need to continue that for an hour and a half once a week. And it's like, whoa.
It's not always the case.
It's deceptively hard.
But at the same time, yeah, it is just one of those things.
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
But, like anything in life, with practice, we will get better.
Yeah.
It's like Age of Empires. I was really good at it when I was 5 years old. And here we are.
It's true, actually. Little history lesson. I used to hate video games. As a kid, I didn't touch them. I thought they were dumb because I was young and I thought everything was hard.
This is true.
And now, it's like a very integral part of my life. So much so to the point where I want to make entertainment out of it.
Yeah.
Which is genuinely not something I actually thought of doing.
Check this out.
Ever?
Organ gun. Portuguese, huh?
Wow, Portugal, you got it sorted out.
Yeah, that's all right.
But yeah, it's very conflicting for me to acknowledge the fact that I've changed so drastically.
Coming out of the comfort zone.
It is. It is very much a coming out of the comfort zone sort of deal, because it's not something that I started off as comfortable with, entertainment.
Yeah.
Nor was playing video games. And now I've combined the two, and I can acknowledge quite safely that I'm back at square one again.
Kicking butt, taking names.
Well, yeah, that's the idea. You know, the ultimate goal is to
Nice ability.
look confident, and provide entertainment.
You know, it's okay to have moments of, moments of weakness.
Yeah,
we'll
I
have
suppose
it.
vulnerability,
Yeah.
perhaps. Yeah, I think it's good to sort of acknowledge, you know, you're only human.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do, and
That's
if your
it.
attention doesn't go that far, that's fine.
Unless you're me.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's interesting that I have managed to almost come full circle.
Yeah.
You know? I started off detesting video games, and when I started like singing publicly and doing drama and stuff, I was really nervous and I hated it.
I used to be the same way, and then I went and worked for Apple. And
Exactly.
There we
You
go.
know, you're thrust into that position and you're forced to
yeah,
adapt.
you don't really have a choice, you know.
But it's the same for me here now. You know, now I love video games and I love entertainment. But even though I love both of them, combining them together has provided a unique and difficult
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great, and it's very cool, and I'm thankful that there's even the means to do this in this day and age.
Yeah.
You know, 10 years ago, this wasn't something anyone could even fathom, you know, as like a career.
Yeah.
But now,
It's a thing.
it's a thing.
It's a thing.
We have the opportunity to make this something very cool and very, I don't want to say unique, because a lot of people stream now. and make
Bombard
content.
Tower.
Nice.
Yes.
But it's something where we can bring our own flavor to it, bring our own experiences, our own bias. Probably not necessarily the right word, but it's what's on my mind at the moment. Because we are basically bringing our own brand
yeah. Our way of looking at things.
of entertainment. Because, you know, while this will start small and humble, everything does.
It does.
Um,
Baby steps.
Baby steps, exactly. With this creation that we have going right now, if we can even call it that, is very much in its infancy. And I think it's good, not to pat ourselves on the back or anything, but I think it's good that we are starting as small as we are.
Yeah, you got to start small to.
We're not trying to assume that we're awesome straight away. Because I think in every stream we've done so far and every video we've made, I've acknowledged that we're not that great. And that's not me just being like humble for the sake of being humble. That's me going, I know I'm not that great.
But, you know, it's just bit by bit, little by little.
Exactly. We're going bit by bit. So was difficult to remain entertaining. And while I say that, I don't even know genuinely if we are remaining entertaining.
I think
People will have different perspectives on that.
I think the way I see it is if you're having a good time and people can see that, sort of, you know what I mean? It's the vibe you give off.
I think a lot of people, and I don't want to speak for everyone, but personally, I look for someone genuine when I'm going for content. You know, when I watch guys like Achievement Hunter,
yeah,
you know, all the Rooster Teeth guys, it's like, I know you're just loving what you do right now.
Yeah.
When I watch, I mean, everyone who I enjoy, you know, guys like New Legacy Inc., I'm like, wow, this is just a bunch of cool dudes doing cool stuff, hanging out, and loving what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even a full-time job for them, but every chance that they get to do it,
they jump on it.
They're laughing, they're sharing stories with each other, they're enjoying every second they take.
Yeah.
You know, every experience for them is a positive one, and I know for me, that's the kind of content I'm drawn to. It makes me feel more like they understand the sort of dynamic that they go for. Oh, they're converting your guys. It makes me feel like, yeah, they understand the dynamic that they want to search for straight away.
Yeah.
And the dynamic that the audience is searching for. And I love that because, you know, you build up that immediate connection to your audience and you've got not necessarily the most refined idea of what they're about, but you have at least a broad enough idea for you to hone in.
There's some real positives.
There are absolutely a lot of positives to knowing, or at least seeming as though you know exactly what you want to do and enjoying it.
Exactly.
And you know, it'd be cool if this was a career at some point, way down the line.
You know, like you said, it's in its infancy.
Exactly, it's in its infancy.
And the point is, you know, at the end of the day, like I said before, I'm just enjoying the fact that, you know, this is just a channel for, you know, your everyday gamer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
we can sit down, we can have a chat. You know, you can tell us some of your deepest, darkest secrets.
It's just all the casual stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's... Oh, wow, that's loud. It's very much, in my eyes...
I like that monastery.
Something special. Just getting the opportunity to do this is special. And when I say, oh, we're bringing our own unique brand and flavour to it, that's where I think we can really make it our own.
I haven't seen a lot of brother streamers on Twitch.
No, I haven't seen a lot of that either.
A lot of people tend to try and do it solo. Which, you know,
good for them. More power to you.
Good on you.
But yeah, I genuinely would like to think this is something where we can actually make like a solid effort to be unique.
Yeah.
And that's, again, I don't want to...
Smashing out our own brand.
To rag on anyone and say like, oh, you're not original, you're going to be more original. Of course you're original, you're incredible.
I think this is just our version of being original.
Exactly. Any content is appreciated from anyone, and it's going to be differently approached by everyone.
Yeah.
But what we do, I would like to think, will have some sort of unique flair to it.
Yeah. Got our own mountains flavour.
Yeah. That's actually... Let's change the topic now. That's a good point to bring up. What inspired our name? Because we don't even live in the mountains anymore.
Yeah, we don't live in the Blue Mountains anymore, but we live there most of our lives, and we're out here in Sunshine Coast.
Sunny Queensland.
Sunny Queensland.
It's so warm. I don't know why I have a hoodie on.
It's beautiful.
I think I wanted to fit the costume from the stream of last night, so people got the idea of the morning after chill.
Yeah, I just look hungover.
But yeah, what inspired the name?
Oh, from the mountains.
Is it just that, or is there more behind it?
You've got a beard. You look like a goat. And look, it just sounds kind of cool. I mean, you know, it's a
MGG.
It's a classic kind of
solid
mountains proverb.
Yeah.
You know, you go out to Sydney, for example, and people go, "Where are you from?" And you know, from the mountains. I'm a mountain goat. You know.
Yeah. That's like genuinely, that's a legit thing.
That's a real thing, you know, and so that's us. Like we're not obviously there anymore, but it symbolises.
I think it's our roots.
It's our roots.
It's where we came from.
It symbolises, you know, the love that we hold from where we came from.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. For me, you know, when we agreed upon the name at first, I was like, yeah, I guess we could do that. I was a little hesitant.
Yeah.
But then I actually thought about it, and I was like, that means a lot. You know, we could have left behind our lives, and just been like, all right, we're starting new here. Nothing came before this. Everything is about our future.
Yeah.
But instead we went, oh, well, that's the place that made us.
That's right.
That is the place that inspires a lot of our actions, and that's not something we'll ever forget.
Yeah. And I mean, it's part of the flair.
It is. I think it's,
You know what I mean?
in my eyes, in my hopes, it's the part that inspires our uniqueness.
Yeah.
Because genuinely, it did shape us into who we are.
110%.
All of our experiences there, good and bad. Seriously, ask like 95% of the population of Blue Mountains. They'll tell you that they know him. In one way or another, they either punched him in the face or he punched them. And if he didn't, they played sport together at some point.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Or yeah, but we'll wrap up here because your game's just finished.
Oh, game's over.
But
Let's have a look at before we go.
The post.
Yeah, where is the post?
I don't
click menu, click current.
Do they do it in this game? No, they don't.
They do.
Oh, they do. There you go.
Hey.
Awesome. Okay, so I'll wrap up here.
Okay.
To me, and for me, Mountain Goats Gaming, and we really could have chosen anything. I think one of them was like Beardy Bros Gaming or something dumb like that.
Yeah.
Like Bearded Bros Entertainment. We had a bunch of drinks.
BBE.
And we're like, oh, let's just spitball names.
MGG is good.
MGG is good because not only does it, roll off the tongue, and I could genuinely see this becoming a brand at some point.
It encapsulates home.
Exactly. It is everything that we grew up with, everything that is sort of the part of us that is left behind. But it's also our future.
Yeah. It also just, lets everyone know who's watching, especially those from the mountains, that,
we care.
We remember. We care, we remember, and you guys are part of why we're doing this.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, that is the end of our very first episode of The Morning After Chill.
It was good. Before we
I
go,
think good.
we got another stream coming up on Friday. We're
Yes.
going to try and do a few more throughout the week.
Yeah, I'm going to do some chill streams, probably with Quiplash. This video should be up on this Saturday, today on the 22nd, which is the morning after the stream. Haha. If not, that will be up 23rd.
We've also set up an Instagram and a Facebook page.
Yes,
but
we may change the Facebook page.
We're going to change things around, and we're looking at playing Fortnite this Friday, but we'll let you know if it changes.
Yes.
For all you Fortnite fans out there.
Also, if you were... It's very warm, sorry. If you were in the stream last night, we were deadly serious about our 50 follower giveaway. We want to make a t-shirt with our logo on the front and our banner on the back.
Yep.
And one of you guys will win that.
We would like to make...
once we hit 50.
Mount Goat Gaming great again.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, signing off. It's been good.
Thank you.
See you guys.